Alright, for this video I wanted to cover the IRS Form 673. This is the form that is the statement for claiming an exemption from withholding on foreign earned income that is otherwise going to be eligible for exclusion under Section 911. Section 911 is the foreign earned income exclusion part of the tax code. So I've got the form in front of us. We'll go through this, and then I've got a slide here. We're going to lay out some of the rules, who can qualify for this, and what this whole form is designed to do, right? So the 673 form. Some of the basics first here. When you're a U.S. taxpayer, so you're a U.S. citizen, you are subject to tax on your worldwide income. It doesn't matter where it comes from. You're also subject to tax even if you don't live in the United States, right? So if you're an expat or you're a dual citizen and you live and work outside the United States, you still need to be filing Form 1040s every year, reporting your income and paying taxes on those wages, investment income, and everything else that you might have. But there are some exclusions and there's some credit opportunities, right? So there is an annual exclusion available under Section 911. And what this section provides is, well, it's commonly referred to as the foreign earned income exclusion. And what it means is that if you're a U.S. citizen and you're living and working outside the U.S., and you meet either one of these two tests. So the first one is the bona fide residence test. The second one is the physical presence test. You as the taxpayer can exclude up to a certain amount of earned income from your taxable wages. And that's designed to try to give U.S. citizens living abroad somewhat of a break, right? I mean, the government doesn't want you to have to pay double tax on all of your earned income. But again, there's also foreign credits available. But the foreign earned income exclusion is a nice little benefit if you're a U.S. citizen living abroad. So how do you qualify for this? Well, the foreign earned income exclusion, like I said, you've got to meet either one of these two tests. In this example, we're going to look at the physical presence test. Essentially, you've got to be physically outside the United States for 330 days or more during the year. If you spend more than effectively 30 some odd days in the United States, then you don't get this exclusion. Okay, so if you are living and working outside the U.S. full time, you're likely going to get this. The foreign earned income exclusion, you can still get this even if you work for a U.S. company remotely, right? So let's say I was living in France and I was hired by a U.S. company in New York, and I was living in Paris, and they're paying me my salary. I can still get this foreign earned income exclusion because under the tax code, income for compensation is sourced to where you're physically doing the work. So if I'm living and working in Paris, but I'm being paid by a U.S. company, it's still foreign earned income because I am physically in France when I'm doing the work, right? It might be a U.S. payor, but I'm earning the wages while I'm physically outside the country, so it's going to be foreign earned income. So the exclusion for the 2021 tax year is $108,700. So effectively what this means is that if you're a U.S. citizen, you live abroad, you can earn up to this amount in foreign compensation and be able to exclude this from your U.S. taxes. Okay. Okay, so now how does it work when you are working remotely and you still have a U.S. company that is your employer? Well, U.S. employers are required to withhold taxes on wages paid to U.S. residents, U.S. tax residents, that is, unless an exception applies. And one such exception is remuneration or compensation for services performed outside the United States. And so we find this exception in the Treasury Regs. So if we look at Treasury Regs section 31.3401 A8 Cap A-1A1. Quite a lengthy reference there, but within that section is buried this paragraph, right? So it says, remuneration paid for services performed outside the U.S. for an employer by a citizen of the U.S. does not constitute wages and hence is not subject to withholding if at the time of payment it is reasonable to believe that such remuneration will be excluded from gross income under Section 911. Again, Section 911 is the foreign earned income exclusion. So what this means is that if the employer reasonably believes that the employee is going to be outside the United States long enough to qualify for the foreign earned income exclusion, they don't have to withhold taxes, federal income taxes, from their wages, right? So you as the employee, this is great for you, right? Because your paycheck is effectively going to be bigger, or your net paycheck rather, right? Obviously your salary doesn't change, but the net take-home pay you're getting every 2 weeks or month, whatever it might be, is going to be a bit larger. So let's look at an example of the foreign earned income exclusion and the 673. So we've got Jane Smith here. She's a U.S. citizen and lives and works in Jacksonville. Jane is a salaried employee. She makes $75K a year, and she works remotely for a marketing company that's based in Tampa, right? So she's already a remote worker. Now, Jane wants to try something different, live outside the U.S., so she's moving to the Caymans for 1 year. She applies for a Cayman Islands Global Citizen Certificate, and this is something Cayman and a lot of other countries are doing. It's effectively a temporary visa program that says you can move here, live here, and work here if you're going to be working remotely for a non-Cayman company. So you don't have to go through the traditional work permit procedures. So it says if you can support yourself and work remotely, come on down. We're happy to have you stay here, spend your money here. It's good for the economy, right? So she applies for this visa program, and she's going to move at the end of December 2020. So she's going to be down there the entire 2021 calendar year working remotely for her U.S. company. Now, Jane believes that she's going to spend enough days outside the U.S., right? She's going to spend the whole year down there. So she's going to meet the physical presence test under Section 911. So what she can do is she can complete IRS Form 673 and provide that to her employer. And what that will allow the employer to do is they no longer have to withhold federal income taxes on her wages because they know that she's going to get this exemption, likely, when she files her Form 1040 at the end of the next tax year. Okay, now what's important to note here is this exemption applies just to the federal income tax. The wages, because she's a U.S. citizen, are still going to be subject to Social Security and Medicare. Okay, so if we look at Jane's W-2, what we'll notice is that, let's say she's making $75K of wages. Let me flip over to her W-2 here. This is effectively what her W-2 might look like, right? So we have the marketing company is going to complete this. We've got Jane's information here. In boxes 1, 3, and 5, we're going to have her wages, right? She's got $75,000 in gross federal wages, $75,000 that is subject to Social Security and Medicare. The Social Security tax, 6.2% of $75K, and then the Medicare tax that she's going to have withheld from her wages is 1.45% of that amount, so $1,088. Now note here in box 2, federal income tax withheld is going to be 0. Now, had she not filled out the 673, there would be an amount here based on whatever the withholding table showed according to how she completed her W-4. So everybody's familiar with the W-4, right? You fill that out at the start of every year, and your employer looks at your total wages and how you completed the W-4 to determine how much federal income tax should be withheld from your wages. Because Jane is completing the 673, it basically overrides that amount, and her federal income tax withheld is likely going to be 0. Okay, so let's actually look at the 673 first, and then we'll talk about what Jane needs to do at the end of the year. So the 673, pretty straightforward. There's not a lot to this. You're filling out the name of the taxpayer. So we've got Jane Smith here, her Social Security number, and then in part 1, she's going to indicate that I expect to qualify for the FEIE under under either bona fide residence or physical presence test for the 2021 calendar year. Now, Jane, bona fide residence, high level, you're effectively moving to a foreign country and you tend to be there for a little more, it's on a more permanent basis, right? So that's the bona fide residence test versus physical presence. We really are just counting the days. And this is more appropriate in her circumstances because she is moving there on just a temporary 1-year permit. So she does believe that she's going to be physically present outside the United States for enough days, and she will be in the Caymans for that 12-month period for 2021. So this is the most appropriate position for Jane to take given her circumstances. Part 2, not relevant here for Jane. You are allowed to essentially take more deduction against your income based on housing cost amounts. You can use the housing cost exclusion, foreign earned income exclusion, but in Jane's case, her salary is not high enough to where she needs to worry about this. At the $75K amount, she's well below the amount that's available for the 2021 tax year at that $108,000. So she can leave Part 2 blank. Part 3, the certification here, she would need to sign and date this. And then this is not sent to the IRS, right? This is prepared by Jane and provided to her employer, okay? So she completes this, prints it out, signs it, and gives it to her employer. And then if the employer is satisfied with what Jane has told them and they think the form is accurate, they're allowed to not have to withhold federal income taxes on her wages. Okay, so now what must Jane do after this? Well, after she spends the year in Cayman, assuming she still qualifies for the foreign earned income exclusion, right, because she spent enough days outside the U.S., she would prepare her Form 1040 tax return for that 2021 tax year, and then she would also complete Form 2555 to claim the FEIE. Okay, now the 673, just to make this clear, Jane doesn't have to fill this out to get the foreign earned income exclusion, right? So let's say that Jane doesn't complete this. Well, if she didn't complete this, if we're looking at her W-2, she would have federal income taxes withheld here, right? Because she didn't notify her employer that she was going to be living abroad. That's okay. Even if she had federal income tax withheld here, if she qualifies for the exclusion, she could prepare her return, claim the federal tax withheld, and get it back anyway. The appeal with the 673 is you're letting your employer know in advance so they don't have to withhold the tax, and effectively you get to keep more of your money throughout the year. At the end of the day, if you qualify for the foreign earned income exclusion, you're going to get the money back anyway. But again, it's nice to just have a bigger paycheck throughout the year rather than have the IRS take your money and then have to wait 12, 13, 14 months, however long it is before you file your return to start to get your federal taxes back. So that covers it for this video. Hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment below, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you.